Hey guys, how you doing? Gavin here from Start Fresh Personal Training. And this this is a training video for people who have downloaded my Healthy Snack Survival Guide, okay? Because what I wanted to do was to not only give you some ideas around how to create snacks, but also teach you how to build them. And it's the way I build them, and it's the way it's helped me keep my weight off for the last 7 or 8 years. I know that having guidelines and structures around things is ultimately the key to success in anything. And if you got a nice little blueprint or a template, something you can always stick to, something you can obviously rely on, and you're gonna obviously do really well if you're trying to lose weight and trying to eat a little bit healthier. Okay. So this is a new training, as I said, and it's basically on how to build healthy 200-calorie snacks in 5 minutes or less. So obviously, I'm all about simple. I'm all about making it easy for you guys, and because I want to be easy myself. I'm super busy myself. I haven't got time to spend hours making snacks. Okay, and this training is going to give you the simplest way to make protein-dense snacks, and I'll explain to you why the protein is the important part. In 5 minutes or less, using two golden rules, which is 200 calories and protein plus one. And as I said, it's the accompanying training video that goes with my Healthy Snack Survival Guide. If you watch this on YouTube, though, can you give me a subscribe at the bottom? It'd be really awesome. And if you like the video, obviously give it a share. That'd be even better. More people can get the message out to, the better. So, moving on. Why did I create this training? Well, I'm going to move this out of the way just a little bit. Okay, so the reason why is that if you're somebody who's really busy, who's struggling with your weight, you're struggling with all the misinformation around what's healthy and what's not, that's the reason why I created it, because we tend to eat lots of junk food disguised as healthy foods, all right? And that's a really big thing, and I'm going to go into that in a bit more detail. We tend to crave sweet foods when we're really hungry, or calorie-dense foods. And that's down to our blood sugar levels and things like that, which I'll explain about shortly. And we basically have no idea what healthy means. No idea. Healthy is relative to everybody. And if you're somebody that does a ketogenic diet, your definition of healthy will be somebody who does a vegan diet. Okay, so healthy needs to be somewhere in the middle, and is what is healthy to you and what it means to you. Okay, and and to me, healthy means balance. It is as simple as that. It means balance. It means sort of structure, and it means guidelines. All right. And then when we got those things in place, we can be successful. So who's it for? Well, it's for busy people who want to eat healthier. So we're all running back and forth, rushing around. We're in the supermarket buying snacks we think are healthy, and we haven't got time to sit and think about this stuff, right? It could be if you're confused about what healthy is and what isn't, as I've just spoken about. Could be somebody. Could be if you are somebody who wants to lose weight and you feel that your snacks are just not cutting it. They're too high in calories, or you're not sure if they're healthy or not, and you feel that snacking is holding you back. And somebody that doesn't want to be living on rice crackers forever, because at the end of the day, a healthy snack isn't a dry rice cracker. All right, there's a lot more variety, and you can be a little bit more happy to know that. Okay, so why should we snack? That's probably the first question. Let's get this over and done with, right? Well, I put 3 bullet points here. There's probably tons of others, but kind of for me, my personal sort of approach to it prevents overeating at main meals. Because if I eat at breakfast and then eat nothing till lunch, more likely I'm going to smash a big lunch, and then it's going to give me 10 times more calories than I need, and I'm going to be back to where I was, really overweight again. So it prevents overeating at main meals, and that can help maintain your weight or even lose weight if somebody's losing weight. Because if you're not ravenous hungry by your mealtime, you're going to eat a little bit more mindfully. That's what it's all about. Is that being in control of your hunger emotions, and you're going to do better over time. It can help maintain your blood sugar levels when done right. So if you're eating protein snacks, high fiber snacks, it's going to keep your blood sugar level steady. We all get those bonks and crashes when we eat something sweet, or if you start to get shaky, something sweet, and you feel okay, then you have a bonk, knocks you down a little bit. So if we're eating whole grains, proteins, fiber in our snacks, it keeps our blood sugar level stable, keeps us kind of sane and on track, and doesn't give us these massive dips in hunger. And that's super important because, like I said, all this stuff leads to weight gain, which is really bad. And avoid getting hungry. Who's sitting there hungry, starving, not had a snack, not eating for anything for 4 or 5 hours, and you're just grumpy, and you're snapping at everybody, it's not very nice. I mean, can you see where I'm going with that? And can you feel what I'm saying? I bet you've been there. I know I have. So obviously that is kind of what we need to come across, all right? So the first rule I want to get into is the rule of 200 calories, okay? And the rule of 200 calories is as simple as that. Whatever your snack is going to be, make sure it isn't more than 200 calories. And the reason being is that I believe that nearly everybody that I've come across that trains, and as one of my clients, a 200 calorie snack does the trick to get you over to your next meal time. It's and if done right, it can really fill you up for another couple of hours, all right? So if you don't go above the 200 calorie snack rule, you're really going to be well within your calorie guidelines, all right? Depending on how many calories you need particularly. And basically, I know that a 200 calorie snack once or twice a day isn't going to destroy your weight loss efforts. Okay, most people, the minimum amount of calories you should eat is 1,200 calories, roughly, depending on the person. And if you had two 200 calorie snacks, morning and afternoon, there's not really going to be any massive impact on your weight. Okay, and it's going to do you more good than harm, essentially. And the reason I want 200 calories, I would probably just cover that off anyway, is that it's just the right amount of food to get you over the hump. That's simply what it is. Anything more than that is probably just a little bit too much. You probably turns into more of a meal at that point. Anything less than that's going to leave you a little bit famished, a little bit hungry. The 200 calories I have found over the last 7 or 8 years, or even longer than that actually, of dieting and testing out, and the 200 calorie seems to be the sweet spot for snacks. Okay, you might be different personally. You might need a bit more, a bit less, depending on how many calories, how much exercise you do. But 200 calories is about right for me. All right. So I'm going to check this out there. Okay, you might not have a clue what 200 calories looks like, and I'm just talking absolute rubbish to you. So what I want you to do, nobody knows, or very few people know, how many calories are in our food, right? So I'm going to put these 6 things out there. I'm going to ask you, do you know how many calories are in 2 or 3 squares of chocolate? And I'm not going to tell you what they are. I want you to find out because after all, education is key. And if you can find this stuff for yourself, it's actually worth more than me telling you. So how many calories are in a banana? How many calories are in an apple? How many calories are in one of these protein bars or nut bars? That's so-called healthy. Same again. And how many calories are in your milkshake or protein shake? Okay, if you don't know the answer to this question, then obviously what we're going to cover next is super important, and you need to get to understand this, because otherwise you're eating without no idea. And it's a bit like having a map with no kind of destination, or me giving you a destination on a map and not even telling you where you are to start with. You're never going to find your way. It's going to take you a long time. So if you don't know what they are, pause the video, go and find out, come back and join you for the next slide, right? Now this slide is in here. This actually popped up on my Instagram feed this morning. I'm going to make this larger so I don't want you to be distracted, right? So you may well have seen breakfast biscuits or breakfast snacks, okay? And we all, because it's got breakfast written on the packet, it's kind of socially acceptable to eat those things for breakfast. Whereas if you had something else like a piece of cake or hobnob biscuits, digestive biscuits, ginger nut biscuits for breakfast, people would probably look at you a bit funny and go, that's not a healthy breakfast. And it's all about how it's sold to you. It's all about how it's packaged, how the message comes across, and how it's perceived, right? And when actual fact, it's absolute nonsense. It's just the same thing packaged differently. I'm going to just close this back down and I'll show you what I mean, right? So this one here, for argument's sake, let's go to the side. Oh, no, over there. So these are Belvita breakfast biscuits, all right? And I love them, actually. They're really nice. But 4 of those gives you 223 calories, all right? It's 200 and odd calories, 24 grams of carbs, or 34 grams of carbs, 8 grams of fat, 4 grams of protein. Okay, and they're breakfast biscuits. They're supposed to be healthy for you guys, all right? Then you come across on the other one, breakfast ginger nut biscuits, 4 or 5 ginger nut biscuits. Actually, it's 5 there. And they come to 235 calories. They have 36 grams of carbs, 9 grams of fat, and 3 grams of protein. So basically, there's no difference. You could eat ginger nut biscuits for breakfast, and it would give you the same amount of calories, proteins, fats, and carbs as your breakfast biscuits. So it's all about how it's packaged. So if you're in a supermarket and you're buying healthy snacks, look at the back. Get the go and read the labels and work it out for yourself. Now, as a snack, either or would be fine. And you'd probably be thinking, well, you would probably go for the breakfast biscuits more than the ginger nuts. But in actual fact, under the rule of 200 calories, you could probably go for either or. It wouldn't really matter. And it's kind of help you let the chains of what's healthy and what's not behind, and give you the tools to make the right choices. Right. So that was really interesting. Thought I'd check it in there, but you can see the difference yourself. All right. So the first thing you're going to need, okay, if you didn't know, what the other stuff was, how many calories in a banana and the apples and stuff like that, for you to get started, you are going to need 2 things, right? And that is an electronic weighing scales, and it's download a free app called MyFitnessPal. Now, you may already use MyFitnessPal. If you do, good on you. I think it's brilliant, but you may not weigh your food, and you really need to start weighing your food. Do you need to do it forever? Absolutely not. It's just to give you some education, to understand what it is that you're actually eating. Because once you know what it is you're eating, then you can pretty much eyeball what's going on. Then you don't have to worry about it too much. These are must-haves. You've got to do it. Because if you had a big, massive apple or a small apple, calories are going to be different because of the size. If you can weigh it, you come into the things of your 200 calories, you are going to be sweet to go. So my second rule, protein plus 1. Okay, and that's just a protein photo. I wouldn't expect you to eat a raw fish or chicken for a snack, but you can if you want. And the protein plus 1 simply is around make your snack protein dense. I'm going to go over the reasons for that in a minute. And the plus 1 I'll go over in a sec. All right, let's break it down a little bit. So move this out of the way. So there's 10 reasons, right, why I make sure protein is the key component. Okay, so protein is going to enable you to feel full. It's going to get you over that those hunger pangs. It's going to mean that you want to eat less throughout the day. Same goes for your main meals. Lots of protein in your main meal is really important. It's going to increase your muscle mass and strength. Okay, as long as you're exercising, your protein is going to go in towards your building up some muscles and strength. Enables you to prevent muscle loss when you're dieting. Okay, because what happens is when we lose weight, we lose muscle as well. But if you're eating more protein, muscle stays, and we're going to lose fat only. Which also means that when you do lose weight, you're going to be toned. You're not going to be skinny fat. Those muscles are going to start to show, and you're going to look a lot better and feel better about yourself. It's actually good for your bones, right? So you're able to reduce the risk of osteoporosis and fractures, which means better bone health as you get older. This is really, really important, and you're going to start doing this now. It's going to boost your metabolism because it basically lets you increase fat burning. And that means you can burn more calories throughout the day. And it boosts metabolism simply because extra muscle on your body helps you burn more fat, more calories at rest. And there's something called the thermic effect of feeding, which means protein uses more energy to be digested, which means it speeds up your metabolism, right? It'll help lower your blood pressure, so you're able to be healthy cardiovascularly, your heart and lungs. And that means less risk of heart attack or strokes. Really, really important. Next one, lower your blood pressure. Oh, so I've already gone over. Sorry about that. So you're going to help you lose weight for a long time, which basically means you're going to have less yo-yo diets, not to worry about silly fad diets or other things. And ultimately you become happier and healthier person. It doesn't harm your kidneys. So a lot of people, there's a big myth going around at the minute that more protein harms the kidneys. Now, if you've got healthy kidneys already, it's going to be absolutely fine. If you've got kidney issues, then obviously that's completely different. You need to be guided by a doctor. But if you're generally healthy, it's not going to harm your kidneys, right? it means that you can lose weight without worrying if that's going to hurt you or not, and you can be more confident around your weight loss efforts. It's going to help your body repair itself after injury, which is super, super important, because if you do injure yourself, it means you recover faster, which means you can get back on the exercise wagon faster, which means you aren't laid up for long periods, slipping backwards, right? And for me, I've had tons of knees, I've had 8 knee surgeries. Extra protein, I believe, with exercise has really, really helped me bounce back quicker, and obviously, not really make a dent in my weight loss goals. Helps keep you fit as you get older, which, as you start hitting your 30s and 40s, it prevents your muscle wastage. So when your muscle sort of, wastes away as you get older, and then it's replaced with middle-aged spread and fat. And obviously, if you eat more protein, it's going to help keep some muscle in your body and helps keep you fit as you get older, which is really cool. So what is a protein food? That's probably the next question to ask me. Well, okay, these are a bunch of foods I've listed off. There's lots more, okay? But what I would say it is something with over 10 grams per 100 gram is a high protein food. But you want to be looking at maybe the 24 to 30 grams of per 100 grams. So if you've got a 100 gram piece of chicken, 25 grams of that's protein, and that's where you want to be looking. You want to be looking for those lean cuts of protein to give you the more protein you need. But for snacks, it doesn't really matter, as long as obviously the portion size is going to be smaller. So if you're getting around about 10 or 12 grams of protein per snack, you're doing really well. So Greek yogurt in 100 grams is 10 grams of protein. Beef jerky will give you 31 grams. 2 eggs is about 12 grams. Protein powder in one serve anyway is a 30 gram serve is 24 grams. Peanuts or almonds will give you 25 grams of protein in 100 grams. Canned tuna, for about an 80 or 100 gram can of tuna, you get 25 grams of protein. Same with cheese. Chia seeds are about 17 grams. Cottage cheese 10. Sardines 21. Tuna steak 32. Pumpkin seeds 30. Turkey is 30. So turkey is one of the higher protein foods you can get. Beef 20 to 24, depending on the cut, depending on how much fat's in it. Chicken 24. Salmon 24. Stilton 24. Cod 20. Fish, obviously lamb 20. Mackerel 20. Okay, so they're the higher protein foods. So the way you're going to know that, okay, is basically using MyFitnessPal, typing it all in, finding out what's the best one for you. But these are a really good start, okay? So that's a protein food. So what is a plus one? So when I say plus one, it basically means whatever you want. If you're somebody that loves to have a piece of chocolate, or if you're somebody that loves to have sweets or muffin, whatever it is, have it, okay? But make sure number one is 200 calories and you must have protein, okay? They're the two kind of rules, and the plus one fills in the gap. So an example of that, okay, I want you to work out the calories, so it gives you 10 to 15 grams of protein, and then you fill the rest in with a plus one. So let's just an example number one: protein shake without milk is about 110 calories. But then you could add 4 squares of dark chocolate, which gives you 109 calories, which altogether is about 220 calories, gives you 24 grams of protein. Example number two, the protein source is going to be Greek yogurt, so 150 to 120 is about 120 calories. A banana is 100 calories, gives you 14 grams of protein, 220 calories all up, all right? So that's going to be a perfect snack for you. Next one is, we're looking at the plus one. So let's just say you got almonds, or 30 grams of almonds, quite high in calories. So nuts are quite high in calories, and you need to kind of be aware of that. It gives you 210 calories. So in that case, I probably wouldn't add a plus one to it. It still gives me 8 grams of protein and 210 calories. That's going to keep me going for a couple of hours, which is brilliant. Next one, you got cheese. You have 30 grams of cheese is 120 calories. And you could have whole grain crackers. I said about crackers is a bit of a joke from before. I'll give you 80 calories. It's 200 grams in total, 15 grams of protein. Next one, you could have tuna on toast. So you got canned tuna, 85. Piece of toast, 90 calories. And altogether, about 190 calories, 35 grams of protein. Really, really good snack. And then the next one, you could have jerky. 30 grams of jerky, 60 calories. An apple is 150 calories. So it's 210 calories in total and 12 grams of protein. So there's 4 really simple ideas. You can make them in less than a minute. Maybe a toast will take you 2 or 3. But that's a kind of an idea. So plus one can be anything you want. It could be some sweets, it could be some fruit, it could be some yogurt, or whatever it is you decide to be. It doesn't really matter. Or if, let's just say, you're unprepared, any snack that you want, that is 200 calories. So you could go out and you could have a Snickers bar, 250 calories. You could have a Nature Valley bar, 200 calories. So, like I said, anything that's 200 calories would be okay. Okay, so if you wanted to, have a break, have a Kit Kat, you could absolutely do that. But you need to be aware of your portion size, and you need to be aware of, the calorie content of the snack. So, would I recommend you do this all the time? Absolutely not. Obviously, go for the healthier snacks. But if you're caught short and you fancy something, it's all about the longevity of your diet. And if you want to have a piece of chocolate or whatever it is, then you should absolutely do that. But obviously do it in moderation. We're not here to deprive ourselves of anything. And if this is something you fancy or need, then absolutely go ahead and do it. It's what works for me as well. I don't completely live like a recluse and cut out everything. I have things in moderation, and it's absolutely fine as long as it counts for overall part of your calories. 200 calories isn't really going to make a huge dent in your diet, provided the rest of your diet is in place as well. Right? It's really cool. So, just to recap, first thing you want to do is prioritize your protein and stock up at home with those protein snacks. Really, really important. Next thing you do is weigh your stuff out. It only takes a minute to do it. And I'll just quickly show you. Okay, so I've got a scales here. You can see that. Okay, and all I will do is I'll put it in front of me, tap the 0, put the item on top, gives it to me, and then I just type that straight into my fitness pal. It gives me the number, and it's really, really easy to do. It takes less than 30 seconds for you to do it. Okay, but 30 seconds is well invested when you can understand what it is you're doing. At the end of the day, if you can do this over time, you will get to know and understand what it is that you're eating. And once you understand and know what it is you're eating, it becomes so much easier because nothing is a mystery to you. And you know how many calories in a bread roll, you know how many calories in an apple or banana or a piece of chocolate, and you can factor that into your diet. And once you know that, okay, you're never going to overeat ever again because you just know. It's really, really cool. Then you're going to pick your plus one. What is your plus one going to be? I'd recommend fruit and nuts and all those sorts of good things, and really healthy things. Things that are healthy in my eyes are stuff that you like. That's nutrient dense, kind of lowish in calories, and you're going to be a way to go. Then you're going to plug into MyFitnessPal, and you're just going to enjoy. The combinations are limitless, and you can basically avoid all those hunger problems, hunger pains, avoid your overeating by doing the protein plus one rule. And hopefully you can see how powerful this is for you. It's pretty awesome to have it explained to you in this way. I wish I'd had it explained in this way before when I first started out, because I was clueless for a long time and it took me a long time to work it out. So if you did find it useful, really, really urge you to give me a comment down below. If you want me to add something else in, I can easily remake the video and do it again. If there's something you want to explain a bit more, I can do that for you. Leave a comment, give me a thumbs up, send me an email if you want to let me know what you think. And hopefully it helps you, on your weight loss journey. Certainly, is it busy enough? I know how busy it is. I'm sure it'll help anyway. But anyway, aside from that, guys, start afresh, guys. One of my mantras: start afresh. If you don't start afresh today, how will tomorrow be any different? Cheers.